Dear students, welcome to the second chapter in the Advanced Leadership for Engineers course. My name is Jasper Meijering and I'm part of the supporting course team. Today I'm standing in the city center of Rotterdam. Rotterdam has always known a high number of engineers working on this largest harbor in Western Europe. In this chapter we will focus on building trust. Professor Hans de Bruin has an assignment for you that's focused on the rules of the game when building trust. Also we will focus on cultural differences when it comes to trust. I'm here today in the harbor to talk with Mrs. Elvering. She's an experienced engineer and he'll tell her more about her career and her experiences as engineer in a leadership position. Dear Mrs. Elvering, thank you for having us. Can you tell me where we are right now?
Yeah, we are at Gate 28, the office of Gate 28 in Rotterdam. And Gate 28 is a consultancy company helping other companies with innovation in the digital arena.
Okay, thanks. You told me that you have a background in industrial design engineering. What does leadership for you mean as engineer?
Well, when I started as an industrial design engineer at KPN and Ziggo, where I used to work in the past years, I thought of leadership as a kind of an analytical subject. And over the years it changed and I learned to bring more of the human factor into my leadership skills. As I learned that leadership is all about building teams, bringing people together and building teams that are capable of doing innovation projects. It's all about human.
And was it a gradual change or was it more one moment that really changed your view on leadership?
Of course, there are certain moments that are really critical in your own development and you're learning on the job, but there are some really moments that I will remember for the rest of my life. Some of them being in a cooperation with vendors that sometimes move smoothly and sometimes do not move smoothly, so you learn a lot. Another moment was a moment when I was working with my innovation team and we brought the people, some software architects together in a meeting trying to understand the problem and bringing people together to create a common understanding. And one of the critical things was when we had a long session of 1 hour, 1.5 hours, in which everyone got to say got to present their vision of what was happening. And at the end, I all asked them one single question, and the question was, what do you think of this session? Did it help in creating a common understanding? And there was one architect that said, well, I finally got the time and got the opportunity to tell my vision of the way we are working now and the architectural issues, but I forgot to listen to the other people in the room. And then I realized that it's really important to have people at ease, to have a feeling of in which people are able to not only tell their story but also open enough to learn from other people. It's not only about talking to each other, but it's also about listening and creating the opportunity for people to listen to each other.
Thank you for sharing this anecdote. We have a group of international engineers in our course, Advanced Leadership for Engineers. Do you think that these lessons can be of any help for them?
Yeah, I think my experience of the past 20 years can of course be of use to all people starting in their management positions. So I would really like to answer some of their questions, so please submit your questions to the panel so we can discuss them later on in the course.
Okay, that's great, thank you. Then we'll come back to ask and answer these questions in a few weeks. Thank you.
Welcome.